Why are we drawn to what is bizarre? Oliver Tree is not just a meme, he is a living social experiment in a world completely obsessed with aesthetic perfection, with meticulously calculated symmetry, and with plasticized lives on social media. Why can't billions of people take their eyes off a man who looks like a glitch in a simulator? The truth is that Oliver Tree makes us uncomfortable because he confronts a collective wound. He is the reflection of a generation that simply got tired of trying to make sense. We were taught to perform all the time, to seek empty validation on glowing screens. When he appears breaking all the rules of good taste, something in our brains short circuits. He is not just a random internet joke. He is the answer, a visceral and chaotic aesthetic to the weight of a world that has become absurdly artificial. But what really lurks in the darkness behind this mask of the ridiculous? Living in the modern era means inhabiting the so-called society of the spectacle, a place where you seem to matter infinitely more than you actually are. We shape our photos, edit our speech in real time, and meticulously hide our failures so that they seem tolerable. Oliver Tree took the opposite path in a surgical way. He tracked down everything that society considered pathetic, ugly, inappropriate, or humiliating, and amplified all of it to the absurd limit. Deep psychology explains this behavior as one of the most sophisticated defense mechanisms that exist, the persona as an impenetrable armor. If you voluntarily turn yourself into a grotesque caricature, you sabotage the system. You take away the world's power to ridicule or hurt you in advance. No one can laugh at you behind your back if you've already turned the entire stage into a bizarre circus ring where you are the director. It is the absolute and preventive control of your own rejection. It's telling the world, I am my own executioner, you have no power here. This attitude flirts directly with the purest currents of optimistic nihilism. If existence has no intrinsic purpose, if the ruthless judgment of the internet is just fleeting digital dust, and if the frantic pursuit of perfection is the empty trap that consumes our sanity, then why not embrace the ridiculous with open arms? Oliver Tree realized that the only way to be truly free in the grand theater of the internet is to absolutely refuse to play the game of normality. However, there is an even darker layer to this narrative. If you type his name into any search engine, one of the most consciously suggested search terms is Oliver Tree death. The internet seems to feed a morbid, almost funereal obsession with his end. But this collective, relentless search isn't about the end of his biological life. It's about the network's insatiable appetite for the death of his identities. Oliver Tree perfectly understood one of the cruelest mechanisms of contemporary pop culture. The algorithm devours your novelty at the speed of light until the shock turns into boredom and your brilliance becomes just a background cliché. So, as not to be devoured alive by the very hunger he created, he devised a ritualistic and theatrical cycle of self-destruction. He gives birth to a persona, whether it's the turbo with his flashy jacket or the misunderstood cowboy, forces the whole world to obsessively hate and love this figure and then publicly murders it before everyone's eyes. This isn't cheap marketing. It's the death of the ego used as the ultimate strategy for artistic survival. In a digital ecosystem that forces you to be a static, predictable, docile, and identical brand for the rest of your days. Killing off your own identity is the greatest act of rebellion anyone can commit. He doesn't die to disappear into oblivion, he dies so that he never becomes a prisoner of what the masses expect from him. In the end, Oliver Tree might just hold the title of the most brutally honest artist of our era. While all of us were silently bleeding, trying to hide our inner chaos behind beauty filters and toxic positivity speeches, he drags the absurdity of the human condition. He brings it to the public square and makes it dance. He forces us to face the mirror and asks a disturbing question that most of us would rather ignore. Who is really the strangest in this equation? The man who makes millions by acting like a meticulously controlled madman, or us, consuming this numbing emptiness every day, pretending that our own lives are completely normal? Looking at his absurdity gives us a strange comfort, because deep down, in the most isolated corner of our minds, we all carry a bit of that same chaos. A chaos that we try to suffocate day after day, simply out of the desperate fear of not being accepted. Do you believe that Oliver Tree is a misunderstood genius who managed to hack the code of the internet system? Or is he just another synthetic product generated by the very digital void he pretends to criticize? The answer to this provocation may not lie at one extreme or the other, but in the ambiguous space where both intersect. Oliver Tree operates in a gray area where criticism and product merge in an inseparable way. He can only ridicule the monster of consumerism because he feeds it, turning his own spectacle into his own raw material. He hacked the system, no doubt, but the price the internet demands to allow this hack is total surrender to its mechanism, which means that, to remain relevant, he is forced to perform chaos with the same meticulous discipline that a traditional influencer uses to perform perfection. In the end, his genius lies in transforming this contradiction into living art. By positioning himself as a distorted mirror of society, he reminds us that the search for authenticity in the digital age is, in itself, a utopia. Whether he is a conscious revolutionary or simply the most lucid symptom of an empty era, Oliver Tree fulfills the oldest and most vital role of art, that of the modern court jester, the only one allowed to speak the most uncomfortable truths directly to the king, while all of us, the audience, watch hypnotized, unsure whether we are laughing at them or at ourselves.